Hey YouTube, wanted to invite you guys into my kitchen and show you guys a quick and simple snack that is pretty inexpensive to make. It's simple to make in bulk and can keep for a good while. I think snacks are the most important thing for my health and wellness. Snacks are the one area where sometimes I can slip on my diet. Usually on my big meals, I'm pretty good at selecting good foods for myself, even when I'm out at restaurants, at family gatherings. I can usually find fruits and vegetables that are going to be good for my body. Snacks are where sometimes I can find myself in a bit of a bind. We've all been on a road trip, stopping at a gas station, looking at the chip section, and we can't find any healthy foods. So I try to prepare myself for road trips, late midnight shifts at the hospital, when I'm out golfing. I try to make sure that I have all my healthy snacks prepared so I don't end up making a poor health decision because I'm hungry and I need something to eat. So I'm going to do a recipe on something that's very similar to Lara bars. You might have seen Lara bars at the store. To me, they're a little bit expensive for the ingredients that are in it, but it's really simple to make. So I choose to make mine at home. You can obviously find Lara bars at just about any store now. I know Kroger carries them, Walmart carries them. A lot of like 7-Elevens and gas stations are even carrying them now, so it is easy to find them. I like to save money wherever I can when it comes to healthy foods, and this is something that Arlene and I make quite frequently at our home, and I'd like to show you what ingredients we use and kind of explain why I use these ingredients. If you've looked at the ingredients on the back of Lara bars or anything similar to them, they all use dates. The thing that's great about dates is they are a great energy source. They have a high level of glucose, which is a very quick burning sugar source. It's actually what your body has to break down any simple sugar down to be able to be utilized in the body. So dates are also high in minerals, so they're a great source of healthy sugar, and they taste pretty good as well. Next up, I use figs often in my recipe. The reason I do that is because figs have more fructose in them, which is a slower burning sugar source than glucose, which you get in the dates. So I like to mix it up so that I have some quick burning energy and I have some slower burning energy. Mixing the two, I think, makes a good variety. Also, the dates have some seeds in it, which offers a pretty nice crunch. So I like the texture of these as well as the flavor. Next that I use in my Lara bars quite often are chia seeds. Chia seeds are a good source of protein. They also keep very well, so we always have this in our fridge. They're also high in fiber and omega-3 fatty acids, so they're extremely healthy for you and a good source of good fat. We also like using coconut quite often. My wife is a big fan of coconut, so whenever I can throw coconut into a recipe, she usually likes it a lot. So I like throwing coconut in there. The health benefits of coconut is that coconut has medium chain triglycerides, which is shown to be very beneficial for brain function, and is also a great source of energy. The difference between the saturated fats in coconut and, say, in animal fat is that the coconut fat can be used for energy right away, where other saturated fats like animal fats have to be broken down into triglycerides before they can be used. So there's a lot of great studies on coconut fat, coconut milk, and medium chain triglycerides. So if you're interested in learning more about that, a simple Google search or YouTube search will show you a lot of information, and maybe one day I'll do a YouTube video on that as well. Next is hemp seeds. So hemp seeds are also pretty high in protein. They also have extremely good polyunsaturated and monounsaturated fats. They are a great source of long-lasting energy. So as you can tell, I like mixing protein sources, sugar sources, and fat sources, so that this snack not only is a quick energy source, but also last a good while. So I'm not getting a big sugar spike and then will crash later. This is something that you can eat and kind of run for a good couple hours on, even though it's such a small snack and really isn't that high in calories. So the last two ingredients are organic, non-roasted cashews. These are also good in non-saturated fats, great energy source, and we also use sunflower seeds. These ones are roasted. I usually use unroasted, but I do like the salt a little bit of salt in my Lara bars. It gives some of the minerals and gives it a nice flavor. Oh, last ingredient, and my personal favorite, is cacao powder. Cacao powder is extremely high in antioxidants. I am not saying cocoa powder incorrectly. There is a difference between cocoa powder and cacao powder. Cacao powder is less processed, which means it has more of the minerals and antioxidants still intact. You can find this at most health food stores, along with some grocery stores are now carrying cacao powder. We buy most of our items here from Costco. We do have a Costco membership, which really cuts down on the price of all this. As you can see, most of these containers are pretty full, and we have been making a couple batches of these snacks, so a little goes a long way. You can find a lot of these products on thrivemarket.com. They have some of the most aggressive prices that I've seen. All right, guys, so I have a cup and a half of about half dates and half figs. One thing I forgot to mention is when you get your dates, you want to make sure that you get pitted dates. Otherwise, you'll have to pit them before you do this. If you have dates that have pits in them and you try to put them in the food processor, it doesn't work so good. Other thing, on the figs, on the top of them, there is a part where they were connected to the plant. You're going to want to remove that as well. It's just simple to cut them off, but if you don't do that, you get some uncomfortable, unedible crunchy parts in your snack. So one other thing that I do to help the blending process is I microwave my my dates and figs for about 30 seconds each. That brings out some of the sugars, makes it a little bit easier to mix, and everything sticks together a little bit better. I also usually do all of this by feel, so I don't really have exact measurements, but I do have about a rough idea since I've done this so many times. I'm now going to do about a full cup of dry ingredients. So my dry ingredients are going to be my hemp seeds, my chia seeds, and my coconut flakes. All right, now I'm going to add half a cup of whole cashews and then a fourth a cup of sunflower seeds. All right, my last ingredient here is going to be 4 tablespoons of cacao powder, and then we're going to get this thing blending. All right, so my mixture is just about done here, But I want to show you one thing. You see how this is really like not sticking together? This might happen to you. This is one of the reasons why I microwave the dates and figs. I'm just going to be adding just a little bit of water at a time to make this be more of something that I can form into a ball or bars. So you have two options. Either you can add more dates or more figs, or you can add just a little bit of water. But I want to caution you, you want to add just a little bit of water at a time. A little bit of water goes a long way. Alright, so I added 2 teaspoons of water, and I'm getting kind of the mixture that I want. So this is something that can be molded into a ball or into a bar, and then we'll be plopping these into the refrigerator, and they'll be ready to eat. Alright, so we're almost at the end here, and I just want to show you how to put a couple of these together, and then I will follow up on what the ingredients were and kind of the concentration and a couple closing thoughts. So here we go. So you're just going to kind of take handfuls of this. You want to make the balls about yay big. It should come together pretty easy. And then you just plop it into your container. And don't worry if it's not, if some of them are more sticky than others. Once you put them in the fridge, they will kind of conform a little bit. Alright guys, so here's the finished product. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That batch made 14 of these, and they're pretty large. So, you know, you can make them smaller or larger depending on what your appetite is. The thing that I love about these is I can eat these right before an intense workout, like cardio, in which you don't want to put a lot in your stomach because you'll end up cramping up. But I found that these are such a quick source of energy that I can eat these right before a workout, and they're great for after a workout too. So, like I said, we take these everywhere. They're awesome. They taste good. If you're looking for a specific recipe, you can Google Lara bar flavors, and you'll find a whole bunch of recipes on how to make these into different things. Like we've made apple pie versions, we've made pumpkin pie versions. I hope this helps. This is something that Arlene and I eat all the time, and it's really something that we enjoy. So, you know, as you can see, I just made 14 quick and easy snacks now. So when I'm on the run, I don't have to worry about what I'm going to eat. So this is a healthy way to get really good nutrition. There's a lot of good vitamins, minerals, obviously protein, sugars, and fats in this. So this is something that we use all the time, and hope that you enjoyed this little video.